Hello Taurus, how you doing? I hope you are really well. My name is Diane and this is Madam Butterfly Tarot. And we're going to do like an oracle card, general messages for October, but you know, obviously it's a timeless reading. You know. You're so welcome here, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here with me and checking out the reading. I appreciate it so much. I hope it resonates with you and you enjoy it. And you know, if it does and you do and you feel like liking and subscribing for me, I would appreciate that so much as well. So I'm just going to shuffle this deck as well. Okay, so what's the message for Taurus? That's too many. I feel like it's this one. You have the sword. Make the change, number 7. So you have some kind of change coming in, or there's a change that you're about to be making. Could be something as simple as cutting your hair, right? Could be some kind of massive lifestyle change. The number 7 usually means like you've been kind of in between two worlds, right? Like you've kind of been waiting before you did something. And look at the bottom of the deck, you have first light, beginning a new cycle. So you have some kind of change coming in. What else for Taurus? Okay, do it this way. You have staying focused, hold the course. You see how there's that guy looking? I feel like you're looking towards something new. You're feeling, it's like you're thinking about making some kind of change because there's something new that you've seen, like a new job. You might be thinking about moving. Maybe it's a new lover. You have valiant courage. Take action with passion. I've been seeing this guy as like the Knight of Wands, which for me is like someone that's getting ready to make a move. I feel like that's what you're doing. I feel like you've been preparing to make some kind of change because there's something that has caught your eye. There's something new that you're feeling very passionate about. You're like, I want to do that. Or I want that person, or I want to go there. And I feel like you've been kind of plucking up the courage to do something. Ooh, this is exciting, Taurus. What are you doing? Okay, what else for... These cards come out really easily, so I'm just going to shuffle them and then I'm going to split the deck because they come out too easily. There's freedom. I feel like you're about to end something or you're going somewhere new. That's like freedom, you know, you consider it to be like freedom, for God's sake. Right. There we go. Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. I'm not entirely convinced that meant to come out. Let me just reshuffle that, Taurus. Right. Spirit, let me just shuffle that. Right. I'm going to do it a different way. Oh my god. I'll do it like this. Right. Okay, what is this one? You have abundance. You're manifesting something. Right, what's the message for Taurus? You have purpose. I know what I'm here to do. Yeah, there's something. Now this is going to be different for different people. This is something about being honest with yourself. Right. I'm just going to use those two, but there's something that you've seen, and I don't, for some of you it's a new job, or it's like somewhere that you want to live, or it's like maybe you're already in a relationship but you want, like, you've met someone new. It could even be something like some of you have just realized you're gay or something like this. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's something about, like, you found your purpose, right? You know what I mean? Like, you've seen something and you're like, that's me, that's what I want. And you have honesty, which this card talks about, like, being honest with yourself, right? Let's get one more from this deck, because I feel like there's another one to come out. I feel like maybe you haven't found this yet, but there's, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's going to come in soon. It's going to be like a job, or like a new person that you meet and you're like, that's where I belong. You know, or maybe you're like, I really want to move to Japan. You know what I mean? And you're kind of plucking up the courage to do it. Because I feel like it's something far away. Like, it's something that would require you to move. Like, not necessarily physically, though for a lot of you I think it is that, but it's like you would have to make a change to get this thing or this person. Let's get one more for Taurus, please. You have courage, yep. And self-esteem. That's so interesting that they came out together. So you have courage and self-esteem. See, again, this is very kind of Knight of Wands energy for me, like plucking up the courage to do something. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So it's like something that initially you feel like you can't have because you're not good enough for it, maybe. Or you're scared to do it, right? Because I don't know, like say it's like moving abroad, just for a random thing, you know, that's quite a big thing to do, right? So there's something tied up here with like self-esteem and courage that you're making this move. Let's get one of these. I feel like I'm not in the right deck. I actually want to get a couple of tarot. This is the Hocus Pocus deck, which I saw it online and I was like, oh my god, I must have it. Because usually I don't really buy into these like themed tarot decks, but I'm like obsessed with that movie. Like literally I love it. I was like, Halloween's coming up, screw it, I'm getting it. So what's any messages for Taurus from this deck? Any messages for Taurus from this deck? The Five of Wands. So there's been a little bit of conflict here, or this particular thing that you've been thinking about doing has been kind of up in the air. It's either that there's been like inner conflict, or you've left it up in the air. There's definitely been inner conflict. And it's to do with like, I don't feel like I can do it, or I don't feel worthy enough of it. Okay, what else for Taurus? You have Justice, so there's a decision here. Look at that card, hold on. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Oh my god, I love this deck so much. I'm obsessed with it. So the Justice is about a decision. This is you making some kind of decision that you've been putting off. because you didn't feel worthy of having this thing that you really want to go for. And one more from this deck for Taurus. It's funny when you get older and watch Hocus Pocus and you're like, that's Sarah Jessica Parker. Like, that's funny that she's in that. You have the Lovers. Oh, you definitely have a choice coming in here, Taurus, and it's something really big. Like, the Lovers is a choice that has to be made from the heart. Look, that's the Lovers card in this deck. I love it. So obviously for some of you this could be about love, like choosing between two people or choosing between two situations. If that's the case, I feel like one of these people, you know, you feel like you're meant to be with them, and the other person you're like, in all honesty, this is not working out, basically. But it's some kind of choice that you're having to make, and it's like coming from the heart, right? A choice from the heart. There's igniting courage again. Manifesting dreams, dwelling in truth. There's something, I feel like you're having to be very honest with yourself about something. You know, for example, maybe it's a job, right? And you've been doing the job for like 10 years and you've put a lot of work into it and a lot of time, and you studied and you got a degree for it and all that shit. And you've been sort of trying to convince yourself, like, I'm happy here, this is fine. And you know that you're not. And you know there's something else you're supposed to be doing, but it would take a lot of work. You know, you would have to retrain. But I feel like you're being pushed towards it, you know. Spirit's kind of giving you that nudge. Because if you feel like it's something that you're meant to do, then it is. Okay, what else for Taurus? Savoring pleasure, I fully embrace bliss in my life. Okay, there's something here that came out a little bit in this other deck. This one here that I saw. I feel like there's a bit of guilt about something. I'm not sure why, but there's a bit of inner conflict here about guilt. Like, you really, for some of you anyway, like there's something new that you want to do but you feel guilty. Like I said, maybe it involves, I don't know, moving, and you're like, oh, but I would have to leave people behind. Or it's like, you know, you're not happy with your job but you don't want to let your boss down or something. Or it's like I said, some of you are choosing between two people. What else for Taurus? Breaking barriers. I am expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. You've kind of outgrown where you are, is the problem. That's just the long and the short of it, is that you have outgrown where you are. Like, you're not, you know, everyone else around you is not blossoming and you're blossoming, and now you're kind of like, I don't belong here anymore. Which is good, you're supposed to change, right? And you have trusting your intuition. My life is truly guided. Yeah. See, this is the thing, if they're pushing you towards something, there's a reason, right? Trusting your intuition is the key here. You're being guided towards something, and I feel like you can't ignore it anymore. That's what I feel. Okay, let's get some of these. I just want to get one of these cards here. Because see when you're getting like an overwhelming desire for something, or like an overwhelming urge that you feel like you should be doing something, that's spirit being like, bitch, come on, get a move on, that's where you're supposed to be. And the thing is, you may not, what's that really wants to come out? That wants to come out. That's like the Ace of Swords. I feel like for some of you, this is maybe something you've tried to ignore, because I know it's like Taurus energy, right? You guys like to be stable, don't really like doing crazy things, you know, you like to be grounded, but I feel like there's something here that's going to require you to be a bit not impulsive and not reckless, but to do something that's really like a bit more daring than you would usually do, right? And like maybe it's not what the plan was, right? So you're like, ah, but it's messing up my plans, but that's what spirit does. That's what they do. They mess up your plans. Okay, let's get one more. What else for Taurus? That might actually be the only card. I've just spent ages shuffling these. There's something about a soul contract here. Like there's something that you're supposed to be doing, and it's obviously going to be different for different people watching this, right? But you see how she's got the sword there? She's using the sword to make the change, and then you have, this looks like the Ace of Swords to me here, right? Which is, the Ace of Swords is a breakthrough. It's a mental breakthrough, right? It's like seeing something clearly, cutting through the brain fog. Because I think for a while you've been kind of on the fence about this, and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, I feel really guided towards it, but oh, I don't know what to do, inner conflict, can't make a decision, but you're about to. You may also be cutting the cords here with someone or something, like a job. It's a breakthrough energy. You're about to have some kind of breakthrough. And it's to do with whatever this is, Taurus. It's some kind of soul contract. Like you're supposed to do this. It's been written into your soul contract. I don't know if there's anything to come out of this deck. Is there anything for Taurus from this deck? There's a new beginning. The Child, number 18. There's a new beginning that wants to come in. Something new. Yeah. You've been... Okay. Oh my god, that's wild. Look, you have the imprisonment card, and then next to it you have a key. Like the key to the prison. So you may have been feeling very trapped where you are, and it's because you're not supposed to be there, right? So like maybe you're in a job that's very restrictive, or you're just like, oh my god, I just don't want to do this anymore. And that's another thing, that spirit coming through. Like when it's something, you know, for a while you were okay with it, right? And you used to like it, and then it builds and it builds and it builds until the point where it becomes completely untenable, and you're like, I can't do this. I cannot do this anymore. That is spirit giving you the nudge to do this other thing. Something you've been thinking about for a while. You're about to have some kind of mental breakthrough, and you're just going to go for it. Because I do feel it's like you've been imprisoned and you wanted to break free because you realize that you no longer are supposed to be where you are, right? This is a really cute little Halloween deck that I got, so I'm just going to pull some cards from this. I actually feel like there's some that want to come out from this deck first. there may be something here about like if you feel like if you embark on this journey, this new journey, this new beginning, you might not get a lot of support, okay, from the people around you, right? Because people might be like, oh my god, that's a little risky, but you're supposed to be free. This is something, oh my god, okay, you're gonna hate this because I know your earth energy. It's something, you're supposed to be free, okay? It's something about making yourself free, and it's something about going on faith, right? See how you can't quite see? Spirit will only light up the part of the path that you're supposed to see at the moment, because they want you to have faith that it's gonna work out, right? That they have you. Yeah, this is part of your growth. This is part of your soul contract, that you have to take this leap of faith towards whatever it is. I think it may have been a little bit of a surprise for you. Like you may not have planned this. Okay, what else for Taurus? And this can be, I'm not going to try and narrow this down because this is going to be different for different people. Like you're going to know what I'm talking about here. Because for some people it's going to be about, I don't know, like moving to Japan. For others of you it's going to be about starting a business or starting a new job or like leaving one partner for another or whatever, right? Okay. When flowers are in bloom in the course of time. So this has been something that you have been waiting and thinking about. It's like Seven of Pentacles energy. I'm not sure if that is the Seven of Pentacles in this deck, but that's what it's putting me in mind of. I feel you've been waiting and like you've been planning or trying to work out what to do here. It's like you were kind of in limbo. I feel like that's about to stop. You're about to become unstuck. What else for Taurus? That's so funny. Gemini had that one. Do what you want and pay the price. The reward will be worth it. I'll do what I want. So there's something here about like, okay, also just with the representation of this Justice card, you might be worried that there's going to be some kind of repercussion for doing whatever this is, because you may feel like you're not going to get a lot of support from the people around you, because some of them might be like, oh, you think you're better than us, or like you think you've outgrown us, or something like this. You may be worried that like a mob kind of comes for you. That, it doesn't matter, basically, is what I'm going to say. It doesn't matter what other people think about what you're doing. It only matters what you think about what you're doing, right? And if the people around you don't want you to be happy, you should think about why they're in your life. And obviously, you know, if this is something like you're leaving one partner to be with another partner, basically your current partner, you're never going to get their blessing, right? You know, but if it's something like you want to change your job, or you know, something like this, and you're just or you know, say you want to start your own business and you're getting a lot of people being like, I don't think you should do that, blah 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 blah, you know, you follow your gut, right? Because Spirit is saying you do what you want and the reward is going to be worth it, okay? And I'm not saying like be hedonistic here, but you know, if you are in a relationship, for example, where you're really unhappy and you've met someone that would make you happy, like you shouldn't stay where you are out of guilt, because in the end it's going to make both of you unhappy, right? Or like a job, you know, say you're like a teacher, right? And you're not happy doing the teaching, but you know, you don't want to let your boss down, or like you don't want to disappoint your family, or like, you know what I mean? The thing is, you're just going to hurt the children, right? Because you don't want to come in, you know, you're going to go in and your heart's not going to be in it, and it's not fair, right? So, but at this, you know, you should, as long as it's not really hurting anyone else, you should be able to do what makes you happy, right? And let's get another one. What else for Taurus? kind of loving this new deck. Oh my god. What else for Taurus from this deck? I really feel like there's a lot of spiritual growth connected to whatever this decision is, because you're having to use your intuition to get there and go on faith. Why is there no more cards coming out? Come on, Spirit. There we go. You may be tempted to compromise your principle. You've got 2 aces here. Okay. You may be tempted to compromise your principles. A proposal may be made. And you have the Ace of Diamonds. Roll the dice and take the consequences. Be your own judge and jury. Okay. Holy shit. You have the 10 of Clubs at the bottom of the deck. You may question a close relationship. An opportunity may mean radical change. So, there is, oh my god, no way! The 4 of Clubs, you may have to leave the familiar behind. You may have to choose between 2 loves. Look. I'm not making that up. Look. That is wild. Oh my god, I love this deck. And you have the 7 of Hearts. Don't act in haste. Don't let it worry you. So this is not a decision that you have taken lightly. It is not something that you have rushed into. For a lot of you, this is about a relationship. Like, you're already in a connection and you've met someone else. Or it's like, it could be work as well, right? Basically, some kind of offer has come in that you have been very, very tempted by. But I feel as though you feel like taking it may disappoint some people around you. But I feel like you're gonna take this opportunity, like you're gonna go for it, and you're just gonna, basically what they're saying with this card, like, be your own judge and jury. You have to do whatever you feel is right, and as long as you feel that what you're doing is right, then it is right. Because it's not going to be anything really bad. Do you know what I mean? It's I just feel you may have to defend what you're doing to people around you or something like that. Or it may even just be defending what you're doing to yourself, you know? Because for a lot of you, this is like a love connection that you're in. And obviously this can apply to anything, but you may question a close relationship. An opportunity may mean radical change. So I feel like for some of you, you were already in like a love relationship, or like, you know, work, or a friend or whatever, and this new offer that's come in has made you question it, because maybe you were happy enough before the new offer came in, and now you're like, damn, not happy here anymore, I've outgrown this. Yeah, they're saying, like, for a lot of you, I can't believe that card I can't even believe there's a card in this deck that says that. Some of you are choosing between 2 loves, and you're gonna have to leave the familiar behind. I feel like it's taken you a long time to make the decision, like I said, because you're worried about the backlash and the judgment. But I feel that you're going for it here, because it's part of your soul contract, and you're about to have some kind of, like, if you've been feeling confused, you're about to have a breakthrough, okay? So I don't want to ramble anymore, Taurus, because there's, you know, that's the reading, but yeah, thanks for letting me read for you, Taurus. I hope you found it useful. I hope there was something in it that you could use. Don't forget to like and subscribe for me if you feel like doing that. I'd appreciate it so much. And as always, I wish you many blessings, love and light.